Today I'm going to discuss how to create an Ultimate Boot CD for Windows. First thing you'll want to do is go to ubcdforwin.com and go to the download sections and click on one of the mirrors that hosts the file. I'll go ahead and try out Softpedia since they seem to be one of the more reliable and faster services to download from. Go ahead and save this file to your desktop. While you're waiting on the download to complete, go ahead and check out the Facts and Questions topic section. Generally, there is a problem with antivirus companies thinking that certain files are viruses when in fact they're very useful tools, particularly IP scans listed here. So you'll just want to disable your antivirus while you're installing this. Now to the install, we're going to go ahead and click next on every single option here. This part of the install is fairly fast, however, you're going to hit an MD5 check of all the files, which will take quite a while, so you'll want to kick back and get a cup of coffee or pop or whatever beverage you enjoy. Now we're going to go ahead and add in a custom ISO. This one is a bootable CD image. You can create your own. There's also other things you can add into this. We're going to go ahead and use Bart's image extractor to extract the bin file, which is the bootable image file from the ISO that I created. And we'll go ahead and put that in the plugins folder under multi-boot, and I have a custom folder I've already created, which they have a little template there for you. And we'll go ahead and copy in the bin file into that files folder, which I also created, and then extract the contents of the ISO into that folder. Now into the INF folder, we'll want to make sure we name it whatever we want to choose, and also make sure we correlate everything correctly, including file names like the one we have for the INI. Now in the INI, you'll also want to put in the boot bin file in there, and any custom naming you want in description. This will all be listed in the bootloader for the program. Now let's go ahead and close out and launch Ultimate Boot CD for Win, and make sure we select the source CD-ROM as being the Windows XP CD, and we'll go to the plugins now. Now here in the plugins there are several different things you can download from their website. There's also, if you just do a Google search, you can find various other plugins that aren't even listed in here, but here's a good general population of them. Some of them free, some of them are not free. Some of them you probably don't even want to use. My custom boot CD is in here, and you can disable or enable it. Some of these also you will have to make sure you configure to download or to install correctly. One of them being the AVG antivirus is listed here, and we're going to go ahead and run through this. As you can see, they're fairly straightforward and simple. You just want to make sure you grab everything that's necessary for the bootable image that you're using. If you use XP, you're pretty much set with what's standard. However, if you use something like 2003 Server or even Vista, you might want to change a few options, which I'm pretty sure Vista support is kind of negligible. There's other ones out there that will do Vista. We'll go ahead and hit the build option. Now this has been sped up for time's sake. What this will do is run through all the files. This is also another process where you'll want to grab a cup of coffee, a pop, or whatever other beverage that you prefer, and just kick back and relax, as this process will take about 5 to 10 minutes, especially if you're running the XP CD off of an actual CD versus off your hard drive or off of the ISO emulated through something like Daemon Tools. Now once all these files are done building, you'll start seeing this little percentage meter come up. This is building the ISO file that you've now started to create. Once it's done, you can check any errors by hitting the right or left arrow at the bottom. Now if you go to your Windows Ultimate Boot CD folder, there should be an ISO file in here, and you can see it's listed right there. So now if I go into VMware, and I'm just going to add this in here, we have all my different programs, including my custom ISO and any other custom bootable CDs in here, but mainly we want to look at the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows, and I'm just going to show you this just to prove that it does launch. And this does take quite a while if you're running off a CD. There is a USB option too you can look into. And this completes this session. If you have any other suggestions or comments, or would like for me to do anything else, please visit my website at geekismylife.com or email me at nimda@geekismylife.com.